The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the May 24th, the magical Monday edition of today's Trader's Edge show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that, well, it's to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, well, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know I am absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, and that's this, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on it at 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, well, we've got you covered there too. Go ahead, send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question, of course, in our Tigers Den. Well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on a magical, magnificent, marvelous Monday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. All the U.S. indices are trading the upside. The Dow's up nearly 200, 191 points. S&P 43, NASDAQ 100, 230. Russell's up 8, semi 73. Gold's up $8, silver 37 cents. Light sweet crude up 230. Trade out of 65.90. Leading the charge dollar-wise the upside. Google $60, Shopify 46, Amazon 43, Booking Holdings 41, Nvidia up 26. To the downside, NGM, as in Mary Biopharmaceuticals, off $10 or 38%. Upstart Holdings down $11 or 7%. Lithium Motors down $10, 2.75%. Plenty to look at. Of course, I want to look at what you want to look at. Let's begin by taking a look at the equity future contracts out here. Let me just change screens. Let's go take a look at this version. Stop sharing, start sharing. Over here, and it's going to be the daily, and we're going to take a look at the daily ES, NQ, Dow, and Russell 2000. So let's start by taking a look at the ES Mini. What do we know about the ES Mini? We know that it formed a top. Well, let me just expand the chart. Maybe make it easier out here. We'll just expand each of them as we talk about them. Let me get this going here, and let me just get my crosshair. So here's what we know about the ES Mini. This formed both a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top and wave number 7, that's letter G, part of the Chapman Wave Tools out here. It does that on May the 10th. Price pulls back. Now, what you can't see here on this chart, unfortunately, is that where price found support was the bottom of its monthly profile. That was really the key area, and I believe that was around 40.20, 40.30, 40.20, something along those lines. So price did pull back to a key level of support. Now what's taking place today is price is running right up into an area of resistance. That level of resistance is about 41.97, we'll call it, and that is the top of its bearish structure daily profile. You'll see that Stevie's oscillator and change line is green. So if price today closes above the top of that daily profile, let me give you the exact number here. That exact number on the daily is 41.9650, so 2 ticks. And if price closes above that, what that will signal is price will or should go back and at least test that high that formed that Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, wave number 7. That's the high from May the 10th out there. What we don't know is whether price will take it out or not. What I can share with you is above a bearish structure daily profile, above the oscillator and the green oscillator and change line, I would say you're going to go test it. And more likely than not, you're going to go ahead and take it out. Now, you might say, take it out, Steve-O. Take it out and go to where? Excellent question. Remember how I shared with you that where the ES Mini found support, it was at the bottom of its daily profile. It was actually 40.80 was the number out there. The top of that, bottom of the weekly profile. The top of the weekly profile is at 42.38. So that would be the range that we'd be looking for if, in fact, price closes above the top of its daily profile today. So the number to be watching out here is going to be 41.9650. And what happens if price doesn't close above that? I can understand taking a short position right here, right now. The only element that is that's problematic for that is that spot volatility. So we'll take a look at that after we're done taking a look at these charts. We'll certainly take a look at it this afternoon. The NQ, so the NQ, we've got slightly different messages here. The first message, this formed a nice TD9 count bottom, right? So you're familiar with the TD9 count pattern. It was a beautiful TD9 count bottom above TD9 breakout support. That's how you like to see it. Price moves higher, runs into that oscillator and change line, pulls back, tests the bottom of the profile, and boom, we're off to the races. Now where price is headed to is the top of that daily profile, the 13,727 level. Odds favor that more likely, now that's resistance. So price has to clear that. And if price can clear that, then we're looking at a move up to the 13,956 level. That is its TD9 breakdown area. So 13,727 is the number to be watching. That's it. Now, the NQ's oscillator and change line is red, so it is not as powerful and as strong as the ES minis that we looked at just previously. If we take a look at the Dow, if you take a look at the Dow equity future contract, this is signaling to us. Well, first we can see the top Rhodes momentum indicator. Let me pull this back just a tad. What the heck happened there? Oh, it's picking up that for some reason. So here's the top. You can see that Rhodes momentum indicator top confirmed with that bearish shooting star candle, and this is also trading into, price is also trading into a bearish structured profile. So the real key level here, you can see it's testing one of those. That's that oscillator and change line. It is going to test, or should test, 34,460. Now, if the Dow closes above that, that's going to suggest higher price, and higher price would mean headed back to that shooting star. That would be its signal. Right now, that is not the message. The message is, I can understand people going ahead and taking a short here. Now it's the 24th. We're going to get started. We're going into a holiday weekend. We're in essence, light summertime trading. So it's a bit risky. Again, we'll use here, what we'll really focus on, I think, is that spot volatility index. But what I want you to understand is where these key levels of resistance are. Right now, the YM, the Dow Equity Future Contract, is trading right into it. In the case of the Russell 2000, slightly more complicated because, like the NQ, it too has a red oscillator and change line, which is nowhere near as bullish as a green oscillator and change line with price trading above it. What we know about the Russell 2000, it topped way back here in March. That had wave number 7, had a Rhodes momentum indicator top. Price pulls back. Doesn't form a TD9 count bottom at that stage, but it does here recently. So as the NQ was forming a TD9 count bottom, so too was the Russell 2000. Now the Russell 2000 is trading inside a profile, and that next stop could be or should be the 2277 level. The reason why I say could be is because that oscillator and change line is red. If it were green, we would say that's the call, and that makes sense. It's not, and price has just been hovering, oscillating right around its oscillator and change line, that 2213. So with regard to the daily type signals for the Russell 2000, they're not clear. They're very clear in the ES, they're very clear in the YM, and they're relatively clear inside of the NQ. So we get back from this break here. Let's do this right at this moment. I'm going to come over. We're going to take a look at the spot volatility index. That's the chart that's going to come up on your screen out here. And actually, we'll take a look at this when we get back from this break. Steve Rhodes with TFNN.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So the set of charts that we're taking a look at on your screen right now is you've got the spot volatility futures contracts. You've got the spot volatility index and how it's printing, as well as the 1-year version, the 3-month, and the 6-month. But down below, you've got the charts, and that's what we're going to focus on. Now, there's a couple of levels out here that I've identified for you. Both are the close for April. Inside the ES Mini, it's 4180. I'm sorry, inside the S&P, it's 4181. Inside the ES Mini, I'd use 4175. It's really 4174.50. But if price is able to close above those levels, the reason why I'm sharing this with you is I will not be with you next week. I'll be off all next week and then the following Monday. So I want to be able to give to you, provide to you some real key data points out here. Closing above the April highs could suggest that the old unfavorable seasonal cycle is not taking hold this time around. So watch those April highs. Again, in the S&P, it's 4180, call it 4182. If you want, and 4175 inside the ES Mini. Now, the reason, so here's where it becomes slightly difficult. It's easy as price was moving up into the top of this bear structure daily profile, and it still may work out this way. By the way, that's at 4196. We're trading at 4198 right now. We know that that's where sellers are. Sellers really reside in the range of 4176 to 4196. If those sellers can't do their thing, and the ES Mini closes above that, combined with the spot volatility index, that's your left-hand panel, below the 50-day exponential moving average, that is a setup to go to higher price. It's plain and simple for the ES Mini, a setup to go to higher price. If that spot volatility index gets back above the 50-day by day's end, the ES mini closes below the top of that profile, 41.96, you can absolutely understand taking a short position. Now, you might want to take a look at the short-term time frame charts, the 30-minute and so forth, to look for those types of signals out here. But this is the call. This is simply the call. Now, it is complicated right now. Why is it complicated? Well, really because of this chart here, this set of tools. Each of these boxes, rectangles, whatever, I haven't finished them off for the current time period, but you can see, generally speaking, this is the S&P 500 on top. Down below is a spot volatility index. And the red line there is the 50-day exponential moving average. You can see the price pattern behavior when the spot volatility index is above or below that key level out here. So sometimes we don't always get what we want. Sometimes we are. We just have to take the information that the market is presenting to us. So right now we're taking that information, and so that next question, and this would be the question I would ask, so I'm going to ask it of myself, is, well, Steve, what are the short-term time frame charts signaling to us? Are there any tops out here so that we can use that to make a determination as to whether or not the markets are going to move higher this afternoon or not? Great question. So let's take a look at it this way, by taking a look at the 30-minute time frame charts, or a couple of them. Here's the ones that are showing tops or not. Well, the one that's showing a top is the NQ. What's that top, Steve-O? Well, if we take a look at it, it was a TD9 count pattern that formed at about 12 o'clock. The exact time, do I have the time? I'll get you the time. Looks like it was about an hour ago. It was 12:30. So at 12:30, you had a TD9 count top form. At the same time, you had a bullish structured profile forming. So 13,664 is the number to watch. If somebody was asking, what about the NQ level, Steve? Ruby, we'll take a look at those again. We had showed those earlier, but we'll take a look at those again. But here's really the level you need to focus on for the NQ. And it is the high of the day. Because of the TD9 count pattern on the 30-minute time frame chart, if price is able to close above that, that signal is price is going to move higher. Move higher to where? The top of the daily profile. Here, write this number down, Ruby. It's 13,727. That would be the message. Now, above 13,727, you're looking at 13,956. But right now, let's take things one step at a time. The first step is there's a valid top. And not until price takes that out will that signal that move higher. So don't hear my words and think something different, because there is nothing different. Price has got to take that out. Price is neutral right now, by the way. You've got a valid top, but price is with inside the profiles and above that green oscillator and change line. So that's its message. You know what to be watching for there. The only other 30-minute time frame chart with a topping signal is the Dow, the YM. So let's pull this chart over here. Let's take a look at that figure. It also happens to be the high of the day. This pattern took place, I believe, at about 11:30. And 11:30 is when we got that Rhodes momentum indicator top. That's price moving higher, doing less relative energy, combined with that was at noon, a bearish reversal candle. Well, you got that. Price is above its oscillator and change line right now. This is suggesting to you and I, price are going to go tackle that 34,405 level. It's not a guarantee, but that's the setup based on the tools that you and I are using here. If price can close above 34,405, where's the Dow equity future contract at? Well, 34,460, I believe, we'll go back and confirm this, is the top of its daily profile, and that would become the price target. But I don't want to give you any bad information. So let me come over here and just make sure we've got the correct information. Where is it? Where is it? Right here. It is, 34,460. So I did have that right. Now, close above that, that says it's headed back to its highs. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was the Dow equity future contract. Perfect. So that's what we have. We're taking a look at the equity futures contracts, their signals, and the spot volatility index. So I hope that that helps you out. Now, I believe that if I'm reading this correctly, that we had a request to take a look at the SMHs. Danny from New York. Is that correct, Danny? Well, if it's not correct, we're going to look at them anyways. And the way that we're going to look at them, how are we going to look? We're going to take a look at the daily time frame out here. And I'd pull over. You asked for the SMHs, I believe. I'll put up the SMHs with regard to their 3 time frames to take a look at their daily, weekly, monthly set of profiles. Price is above the top of its daily profile. When you get above that, you go over to the weekly, try to figure out where price is headed to. The SMH has been trading in a consolidation pattern. Price is below the bottom of its weekly profile. This could be just a counter trend rally. That counter trend rally, if it is just that, will run out of steam between the area of 245 and 249. Right now you're at 243. Price should be able to at least make that run to the 245 level. If it can close above 245, 245.12 to be exact, that would set up that move to 249.26. And above that, you're back to the top of the consolidation. So you have to take this one step at a time, but things look bullish out here when we take a look at the SMHs. If I pull over the SOX index, so let's take a look at it, see what its message to you and I is. The message here is that price should continue to move higher. Now that oscillator and change line is red. So again, it's not the strongest of messages, but it still is a strong enough message. I don't see any kind of topping signal or anything else. The SOX should continue to move higher, and the SMHs should continue to move higher. So I hope that helps you out. If that's what your request was, and if it wasn't, well, we got in an extra one. So Ruby, I think I've answered your questions. I don't see anything else, I believe, out here. I don't think that other question about ICPT is really for me. Let me check the email, see if there's anything that has come in. And the answer is no. Very, very quiet out there. Must be summertime. So let me come back to the main screen out here. Let's go see what it is that we want to go track. Well, let's go take a look at gold, U.S. dollar. Well, let's go take a look at gold. Oh, you know what? Let me do this. Before I do that, the ES Mini, just so you make sure you have these targets out here. You can see the last existing resistance level for the ES Mini is the top of that weekly profile. I think I gave that to you earlier. Just want to make sure 42.38 is that real key number. Boy, you close above that, the market should continue to scream higher. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Would love to hear from you. 877-927-6648 or steve@tfnn.com.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den trading room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow is off 230, S&P up 230, S&P is up 47. Let's go out to New Buffalo, Michigan, and speak with Gary. Gary, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you?
Hey, Steve. How's it going?
Very good. Thanks so much for asking.
You enjoying the playoffs?
I am enjoying the playoffs. It's great because, I go to sleep pretty early, but there's games on that go till like midnight because of the West Coast series. So I wake up. Sometimes I'll turn on the tube real quickly to see what's going on. But the games have been great. Sorry to see the Panthers get tossed out by the perennial champions, the Tampa Bay Lightning. But they're a great team, and it was a great series. So yeah, the games are. Oh no, that game's not. No, tonight is tonight is their game. It was the Washington Capitals that got knocked out yesterday. So. In any event, do you follow? Are you watching any of the playoffs?
No, I've been too busy with everything I've got going. I got a new rollout of a new MLM that I'm involved in, and basically doing marketing. And so it's been pretty crazy. Besides everything else, you guys keep me pretty crazy with all these stocks. And
Good. So Nu Skin, which we know that you have been a long-term investor in this. And right now today it's trading, folks, at 60.34, which is above the top of its daily profile, which was 59.74. So Gary's getting a little bit of a potential breakout message. Prices above the top of the monthly and the weekly profiles. Gary, how can I best help you with this instrument today?
That's exactly it. I'm looking for, the fact is that it couldn't close over 60, but I think today it looks like it might be strong enough to do that. And is that a breakout to that next level high? Where is that at? I thought it was in the low 60s, and then I thought there was some blue sky after that, potentially. And then what do I got to watch for on a pullback? I keep adding to my position slightly because I got a lot of it, but on the same token, I'm looking to add more and more as it gives my long-term view, definitely up.
Sure. So just starting with your long-term view, the real key level that you're watching for here, and it does look to me like price is going to go target it, is its highs from a few months back, and that's at 63.85. Now, it's not just that it was the highs from a few months back. That was a TD9 count top. But on a monthly basis, all that's really transpired is a sideways move. That's it. So very likely price is going to go target that level. That level, by the way, those highs, folks, are 63.85. I think I mentioned that. If price is able to close over that, what Gary's looking at is 82.85. Again, longer term, monthly time frame chart. But even though it's longer term, short term, because of where price is trading, Gary, that's really the area that you're watching at 63.85 level. That comes from our monthly time frame chart. The weekly chart shows a similar TD9 count pattern. Also, so on the weekly and the monthly, you've got TD9 counts that identified those tops. Price had just pulled back to its breakout level. And on the weekly, because price is above its green oscillator and change line and above its profile levels, that also suggests getting back to those highs. But a close above that 63.85, the monthly and the weekly are saying I'm headed to higher price. On the daily time frame, I don't have any kind of a top, so we'll just simply will follow along on the weekly and monthly, knowing where their areas of potential resistance are at. On the daily time frame, today as an example, the early morning pullback was nothing more than a test of the oscillator and change line, and to a certain extent, the top of that daily profile. So at this stage here, everything looks really solid to me on the daily, weekly, and monthly charts out there. Is there any other piece of information I might be able to provide you with on Nu Skin?
No, that kind of correlates to what the number you'd given me before, absolutely, on that 63.85.
Okay.
And I'm just wanted to make sure it was still intact and looking for that. So, okay, cool.
And AAZZF, I know there was another request you had, which was for AAZZF. That is A2Z Smart Technologies, which is still trading in a sideways consolidation. But how can I best help you here?
So, yes. And so we're looking for that to break out, and it's trading because there's a lot of things going on inside the company. But I'm a fundamental guy. You're the numbers guy. But on that same token, I was looking for some key resistance point and then buy point, the trading range, and then there's some huge upside targets, but I'm just kind of looking to keep adding, but not over add at the wrong time.
So if I'm adding to a position, the level that I'm looking at is $2.25. So $2.25 happens to be both the bottom and center of its current daily profile. At approximately $2.25 is the bottom of its consolidation pattern. So that's where I would look to add to a position here. The consolidation, folks, may go on for a long period of time. Gary's a longer-term trader, investor when it comes to this, but that would be the place, 225. As far as resistance, price is almost near there. Now, it's not the top of the consolidation. It happens to be the top of the daily profile. That's 263. If price can clear that, then price should travel up to the top of its consolidation, which is about the 280 level. So you're looking at resistance at 263 to 280. The area to add to the position, again, comes off the daily time frame, would be $2.25. I don't have anything of significance on the weekly or the monthly charts out here. Let me just pull over the daily time frame with my white background charts. It has no signal other than that consolidation pattern that we looked at. So that's about as good as I'm going to be able to provide for you as far as information. Again, 225 would be the place to add to the position at this stage.
Okay, one last question on that then. So I understand you correctly. If it breaks above what point do you think that it's broken out? I mean, if it has to an upside, do you have any, what number was that?
290. 290.
Okay, so we break that, we're on our way somewhere.
Well, if you break that, let me give you the on your way. So if you break that, what that's going to do is that's going to break the consolidation pattern. And the consolidation pattern offers us a glimpse into a price target. Now, price target is equal to or greater than. The problem is I can't come up with the greater than, but I can't come up with the equal to. And so that equal to, Gary, would say price should go target the 340 level. So not necessarily that we're off to the upside. It's just simply a sideways consolidation pattern. And I don't see any other pattern out here to try to come up with some other price projection for you. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. There's internal fundamentals that may play into that breakout. So, okay, good. Thank you so much. And it's always a pleasure talking to you. And I appreciate all you do. And I love the newsletter. Be well and keep rocking there on the hockey. Okay?
You got it. That's Gary in Michigan, and thanks so much for the call, Gary. Let me I do think there are a couple of questions that came in. So, yeah, LB wrote in, and LB wants to take a look at Bitcoin, BTC, and his question is, has Bitcoin bottomed? So, let's do it like this. Let's pull over my white background charts here. And to answer that question, I'm going to have to answer it this way. I'm going to assume that Lee's question is, has Bitcoin generated one of the bottoming pattern signals that you follow, Stevie? And if that's the question, which I'm going to make that the question, the answer is no. And the answer is no, because right now what we don't have yet is a bullish reversal candle. There's an A to B equals CD to the downside, and that was confirmed on this bar number 7 out here. But because Friday was bar number 9, some people might think, hey, this formed a TD9 count bottom. Folks, no, it did not. A TD9 count bottom must take place on bars 8, 9, or the bar following 9. That's where we're at today. It doesn't look like that is going to take place. Steve Rhodes with TFNN, but we'll come back and just make sure that we've totally reviewed Bitcoin for LB.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at Bitcoin out here for one of our listeners out here. And what this individual is trying to do, Lee, he's trying to identify a bottom. So the pattern out there right now that is most likely to identify a bottom for you is the A to B equals CD. And you're looking at the very left-hand side of the chart. I went ahead and put the continuous contract up on my screen just to see if there was any additional information so I could get further data out here. But that pattern is that A to B equals CD. Now, you could get it today. You could generate a piercing candle or even a bullish engulfing at day's end. We don't have that at 142. But when you do get that, that would then create the Gartley buy pattern. That would create the buy the D point pattern. As far as where might that happen, I don't know. You just have to be, Lee, you have to be on the lookout for that bullish daily reversal candle. Will price get back and retest the bottom of this daily profile, 31,789, or get below that? I don't know. At 27,360. I'm sorry, 27,630. You have the 0.618 retracement level, so that could be a target. 17,330 could be another target for you. That would be the 0.786 retracement. So right now, the only pattern that I see that could identify a bottom, doesn't mean that that's going to identify a bottom, is that A to B equals CD pattern. So I'd pay attention to that. And Lee, thanks so much for writing. Let's go to our next question. This one coming in from Eddie. And Eddie wants to know if we can look at NVIDIA and KRNT. And his question is, well, let's see this. I want to look at NVIDIA, but his question is, do you see KRNT going after its volume high around 120? So let's look at that one first. KRNT, and that is Cornet Digital. So you're asking, will this go for its high? Well, first what we need to understand is where are the battles, Eddie? And so the next battle for you inside of Cornet Digital is going to be at 107.62. Price right now is 103.31. That is your battle. Well, at least that's your battle right now until I go look at our other charts out here. So write that on your pad of paper, 107.62. That's the top of the weekly profile. That'll answer your question versus Stevie answering your question. If price can close above that on a weekly basis, the answer is yes. If price is unable to, then the answer is not necessarily yes. But let's go see when this formed a top. I should say, when it formed a high, did it generate a top? Or is there any other information out here to help out Eddie on KRNT? And there is, voila. So Eddie, the number that I gave to you on the weekly set of profile, it's still in play, but really is not in play until you see it close 104.89. Price must close above 104.89 because that's its TD9 breakdown level. This formed a TD9 count bottom. Looks like a couple of weeks ago when that pattern formed, right at TD9 breakout support. We don't have a TD9 count top at this stage, but price could still find resistance. That's 104.89. A close above that, that's bullish. That says you get back to that weekly profile. And again, that's the 107.62 area. I don't have anything else out here to share with you that would help to answer the question any differently. So watch 104.89, Eddie. And if you can get above that, then you know you're at 107.62. And above 107.62, you're in good shape. If we go take a look at NVIDIA, you want to take a look at it. Here's an example of an instrument that is closing above really two of its TD9 breakdown levels. The one that's most important to it, though, was 614.60. It's going to be day number 5 of the TD9 count. In this case here, Eddie, price is going back to its highs from April. And that's in that 650 range out there. That's the daily time frame. The weekly time frame for NVIDIA, what does it show? It did have a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, but price never broke any key levels of support, and price is above its weekly oscillator and change line. This says I'm headed back to the highs or beyond. The monthly time frame chart, it does not have a topping signal. In fact, if anything, it's getting ready to take out. No, it doesn't have any topping signal, period, whatsoever. But it looks bullish out there. Short-term time frame, even a 30-minute chart. Everything looks very bullish for NVIDIA, Eddie. So I hope you're in this trade. And if you are in this trade, stay in that trade because everything looks hunky-dory. So hope that helps you out. No other questions that I see, no other questions by email. I believe I've gotten through everything inside the Tiger's Den. But if not, because there's my screen area is small for the den, if there is something in the den that you want me to take a look at, please type that in, and we'll get to that during this segment here. We've got a couple minutes. Short of that, let's go surf around and take a look at some of the other instruments, that folks are typically used to, and or asking about, such as gold. So what is gold doing? For gold, let's go take a look at, if I can find it. Here we go. Our multiple TAS market profiles for the gold contract. So what do we know about gold? First, on the daily basis, you start in the left-hand panel. Price is still bullish. There's an A to B equals CD pattern. It's past the 1-to-1 level, likely targeting the 1.272 area, and that's at $19.08. Confirming it is the mere fact that price is trading above the top of its weekly profile. So the key area this week to be watching for Goldilocks is 1882.90. We're at 1886.50. Not a huge separation, but a close above 1882.90 is bullish for gold. And says what? Says I head back to the top of the consolidation. Where is the top of the consolidation? It is at about 2100. Now the beauty here, much like we took a look at one of the other instruments, like it was for Gary, if price does break the consolidation, then you have a measured move. Price can get beyond that, but this measured move takes us up into the 2900 level. To be exact, it's 29. Well, we're not going to be exact. 2900 level. Is that where Stevie is saying gold is headed to right now? Absolutely not. You got to take this one step at a time. And for all we know, price is trading in consolidation. You can't bust it out. What will price try to do? Well, perhaps bust it down and get down to the bottom of that consolidation. Are we making that call? No. The call we are making is that gold is signaling to us that price should continue to move higher. Its next price targets are the 1908 level. And 1908, in essence, would get us close, but not close enough, to the consolidation top, which is in the 2100 area. So right until we see a bearish reversal candle, because if we do, then what we're going to generate, or what gold will generate, is a Gartley sell pattern. So that's the potential topping pattern that's in place. But right now, as we speak, we're not seeing that. So gold should continue to move higher. Of course, if gold is going to continue to move higher, it needs to do so in all of the major currencies. As we take a look at how gold is trading in all the major currencies, there's not anything here to suggest that that can't happen or that that won't happen. Another element to the gold trade moving higher will become the U.S. dollar index. If we take a look at the U.S. dollar index out here, that's going to be your very right-hand panel. You're going to see how where prices really found resistance, in essence, is at where a counter-trend rally would end when price closes below a bullish structured profile. And that would be the center of its box. And that center of the box is 90.25. You can see a descending trend line out here. Well, if we come up to 90.25, the center of that bullish structured profile, a close above that would likely be a close above this descending trend line. That would then signal the U.S. dollar index should continue to move higher. Move higher to where? Well, the move higher to where would probably be 90.54. If that takes place, we would likely see some type of pullback or retracement inside of gold. Do we have that right now? We do not. So right now, things look good for gold in that the U.S. dollar index should continue to move lower. How much lower? Boy, this has just been a 4-day, 5-day sideways-ish consolidation out there, so I'm not sure how much lower. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave. Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back. Hey, Ruby, I want to apologize to you. I know you had asked me about a price level inside the NQ. I thought it was the RTY, and that's what I was working on during this break. And then I realized when I went back to your question, it's the NQ. And I just don't have enough time right now to change that in the system. So, and I've got to run as soon as this show is over to a doctor appointment. So I'll have to do that for you tomorrow. My apology for that. I wasn't paying as close attention as I should have. There are a couple of questions here we're going to end with. The first one, I don't recall who sent this in. Might have been Tim or it might have been Marty, but it's ARKK, and that is the ARK investment. And I'm not sure what the question is out here. Is it a buy? I think it was, is this a buy? And the answer is yes. This formed a TD9 count bottom. It did it on May 13th. It also was wave number 7 of the Chapman wave count. Now, price is going to run into resistance here, Tim, and that's at 110.02. I don't know where the price will clear that or not. You're at 108.94. So would I enter it right now? I'd have to look at a short-term time frame chart. I probably wouldn't enter it just yet and would wait to see how price handles that resistance level, because you might be able to get it around the 104 level. If $4 doesn't mean anything to you, I know it means something to you, then go. Yeah, if the answer to your question, is it a buy or is it a hold? Yes. You've got the valid bottom. Now it's about the battles that it's dealing with out here, and that's at 110.02. And if price closes above 110.02, you're looking at 126.30 out there, and that's courtesy of that daily time frame chart. The last instrument here is GORO, G-O-R-O. As we take a look at it, what do we see? On the daily chart, just a sideways consolidation, with the bottom of that consolidation being about 250 and the top of the consolidation right around 310. You're sort of in the center there. You're coming up into resistance. That's at $2.83. That's all that Stevie sees when we take a look at GORO. Folks, thanks so much for being here. Stay tuned for a couple more great hours, and I'll be back with you tomorrow on Terrific Tuesday. Have a marvelous, magical, magnificent Monday, folks. Be safe out there, and we'll see you soon.